Sister forgets to take the tea out when she's like.
I've done that like
Yeah.
5 times.
This is broken. Yeah. Oh, actually, wow. It's great. Actually. No, actually. I don't know. Oh, 20 pounds. No thanks.
Hello.
Hi.
Today I'm here at Hobbycraft, and I need to get fabric glue for my craft, and I was denied because I don't have any identification. Here we're standing by my car. Here's my tattoos to show my age. We sent Caitlin in, and Caitlin's actually coming back right now. She's here. She got it.
I don't know why they ID'd you. That's so sad.
But I got my fabric glue. Yay! Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you. How much was it? Woo! That's good. So yes. So thank you, Caitlin, and no thank you, Hobbycraft.
Yeah.
Over and out.
Okay, so here's the deal. It is, in fact, SQA results day, meaning that I'm gonna get the results back for the exams that I sat. I didn't sign up for the text. Instead, I'm getting the letter, which sucks because I have to wait all day to get it. I'm a bit scared. Not because I think I've done bad, but I've had issues in the past with my work being flagged as AI because I guess I'm just like a really good writer or something like that. I'm really scared that it's gonna be like, actually this is AI and you need to have a meeting with the SQA to verify that this is your work. That is honestly, to God, my worst nightmare. And if that letter comes through the door and it says that my work is AI, I am actually, you might never hear from me again. Nobody will ever hear from me again. Okay. Okay, don't look at my address. I'm shaking right now. I should probably just slide down. Okay. Oh my god, I got straight A's! I got straight A's. I got straight A's.
In a literal sense, you're writing for white people. Are you aware of that?
I'm writing for people, baby. No, I don't believe in white people. I don't believe in black people either, for that matter. But I know the difference between being black and white in this, and at this time. It means that I cannot fool myself about some things that I can fool myself about if I were white.
But more white people read your novels, I believe, than black people.
Well, black people may not read them, but they steal them. And they sell them hot in bars.
You do spend a long time between novels. Why is that?
Oh, I'm that kind of writer. There's no answer to that. You know, some people write, I wish I was George Simenon. People write them in 2 weeks, but I can't. And everybody works the way he can work. I must point out, though, too, that I've been working the last few years between assassinations. And that doesn't make it any easier either. I mean, they're killing my friends. It's as simple as that. And I've been all the years I've been alive. For no reasons which have any validity.
Why don't you just want to get away somewhere and sit down and write your books? Why don't you want to do that?
Because I'm better than that.
But you don't have to be better than that.
Oh, I do.
Okay, so it's a wonderful sunny day, surprisingly, and where did I put it? Shit. I just finished reading, whoops, my mic, Lord of the Flies by William Golding, I'll say I had like high expectations for this book because I thought it was gonna be like savagery and gory and bloody. Not actually as intense as I thought it was gonna be. So basically, I'm not gonna. Well, I'm gonna spoil it actually. So if you don't want spoilers, maybe don't watch this part. These British boys are being like evacuated. Well, you don't see that, but it's like implied. They've been evacuated from Britain in a plane because there's like a war, and then they crash land on this tropical like remote island, and the pilot is dead. There's no adults. It's just them. The first two characters we meet are called. Is it Ralph? I think it's Ralph. Ralph and Peggy. We never learn his real name. They just call him Peggy because he's fat as fuck. Which is quite sad actually. They're kind of like friends, but he's not really nice to Peggy because nobody is nice to Peggy, bless him. And they're kind of separated by age, like they're the little ones, and then the little ones are like maybe 6 or something, and then the older ones are like 10 or 12 or something like that. Separated into 2 groups. There are just the regular ones, and then there's the hunters. The regular ones are like run by Ralph, and the hunters are run by this other boy named Jack. It like the first half of the book was just a little like, oh, we need to make shelter, oh, we need to find food, only that for the first half, which was kind of, it was slow. Then it kind of picks up when the little ones start talking about a beast that they keep seeing, and then Jack, who's the leader of the hunters, is like, nah, that's not happening. He sees the beast apparently, and then everything kind of goes downhill. Other boy called Simon, who is quite quiet, and then he witnesses the hunters kill a pig, decapitate it, and leave its head out for the beast. And Simon sees this, and he sort of has a one-on-one with this pig head where he's like going crazy, and he thinks it's talking to him, and he thinks it's the Lord of the Flies because there's a bunch of flies circling around it because it's a dead pig head. That tends to happen. Then I think he gets like spooked or something, and he goes off, and then he accidentally runs into the rest of the group, and they're doing their thing, and they think that he's the beast. Well, so they kill him and poor wee Simon. Then I can't remember what happens in between then. That's how bad I am at remembering shit. I literally finished this book like 20 minutes ago and I can't remember what happened. The next major thing I can think of is they have an argument, and then Jack steals Peggy's glasses. The glasses are the only thing they can use to make the fire, by like reflecting the sun through the glass, so they steal his glasses and run off. Jack is referred to as the chief, and his wee group are like savages, or they're the tribe or something like that. Ralph and Peggy are like, well, we have to go get the glasses back. They confront Jack and his wee group, and they're like, excuse you, absolutely not. So then Ralph and Jack start fighting each other, and in the midst of the kerfuffle, the conch... Did I mention the conch? I didn't mention the fucking conch. The conch was a thing that happened at the beginning, where Ralph found this conch and he blew it, and then everybody like came to him, and it was like a symbol of authority. That was important, I forgot to mention that. Anyway, that breaks, and that's like symbolic of sort of the hierarchy and the system being completely destroyed. Peggy... What? I can't remember. Does he fall off the cliff, or does he get like pushed? Ends up falling off a cliff, whether that was on accident or on purpose. But he falls off this cliff and his head smashes open, and that's kind of... Then Ralph runs off because he's like, well, I can't fight these guys, it's just me. And then as he's running along the beach, and then this... Is he a soldier? He's like a Navy Marine... He's an officer.
Yeah, he's an officer or something. Yeah, he's an officer. So Ralph runs into this officer and he's like, oh, having fun, or he thinks all these kids are like playing. They're not, and he's like, oh, how many are dead? How many have you killed? Like, try to be funny, and he's like, oh, we've killed 2 people. They're like, oh, okay. Well, I think I expected more of it. Like, I expected more, like, gore and, like, dread and stuff, but I think it would have helped more if I'd seen the movie or the series first, because I think you forget like how young these kids are. Like, it's like these tiny wee kids, and you forget that because throughout this book, you're like, the stuff they're doing is so mature that you kind of age them up in your mind to like make sense of it, but you're like, no, these are like wee tiny kids. There are some quotes that I'm not going to be able to find. The destruction of youth was the sort of theme that's really prevalent throughout the whole book. In chapter 4, they're talking about this wee boy named Percival, who's having a really hard time becoming accustomed to this whole thing. The little one, Percival, had early crawled into a shelter and stayed there for 2 days, talking, singing and crying, till they thought him by and were faintly amused. Ever since then he had peaked, red-eyed and miserable, the little one who played little and cried often. And then, at the end, there was this quote that I liked about Ralph, like, dealing with Piggy's death. Piggy was everywhere, was on his neck, was become terrible in darkness and death. If Piggy were to come back now out of the war, with his empty head, Ralph whimpered and yawned like a little one. The stick in his hand became a crutch on which he reeled. It's, I think, a good meditation on, like, what humans do when they're left to their own devices. I guess the horrors of war and stuff, you know. Just sucks. Anyway, 4 stars.